Ridiculous.
Why is this logo off center, Mr. Eric?
Because I kind of like when I was thinking about making this, I like that the Sharpshooters, us being the logo, we're in the audience listening to The Rock sing. That's in my head. That's what I looked. That's how I saw it. That's what I saw in my head. It might not translate that well, but anyway, welcome everybody to the Sharpshooters Wrestling Podcast. I am Eric.
I'm Lord Manny Hayes, the savior of the broken, the beaten, and the damned.
And I'm Marcus the Grand Finale, and this is the Black Parade, everybody, because Manny just in the crowd watching the Black Parade take off as his father tell him, all this other shit about beating the broken and the damned. And
gentlemen, I just want to point out,
let me see these people toot their horns.
We've already done the stick for the Black Parade. We have, but I know there's a question that everybody's been waiting for me to answer, and I will point this out right now.
Beat the beaten, the broken, and the damned.
Lexus King was bad this week, like this episode of SmackDown. SmackDown
wasn't that bad.
What are you talking about? Why I enjoy SmackDown?
This SmackDown it had issues for me, but Lexus King was bad this week, and he was bad as soon as he came out on his throne, and his hair looked like that. That little piece right there. Well, you guys can't even see the
image
with my
what
mouth.
A blurry ass image.
Yeah, because I found that image. But
I see clear pictures of Bigfoot than that image. What the fuck is that? I've seen UFOs with clear images. Like,
Jericho. You know Baby Jericho right there.
Shantae even asked me, what's wrong with his hair? And I was like, I don't even know. I was like, he's bad this week. This is real bad. Real bad. But now, SmackDown, to me, it was just a show, and it shows me the importance of Roman Reigns being there. Without Roman, I just felt like we've been there and done that. But Marcus, I have a news story for you that will bring you happiness and happy. I don't know if it's true or not, if it's a real injury, but Marcus, Darby Allin will live another year because in the match against Jay White, he broke his foot and he cannot climb Mount Everest this week. Marcus, Manny and I had this conversation. Marcus, do you feel this is AEW telling him he cannot go to that mountaintop?
This is him lying, talking about after he realized that most people say, you're going to die. And then he'll actually go, I might be dead next week. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do it. That's why they did the ankle with the bat and the whole ordeal and the whole thing. It was all bullshit. It looked like a cover-up. It looked like a way out. It looked like an excuse.
Marcus, I still think it's AEW telling him no, because this is a man that tried to impress Gigi Dolan by putting hot sauce on an asshole to impress her. So this man is afraid of nothing.
But let me tell you this. I think he finally showed his face. I don't think Tony ever told anybody no? If Jungle Boy want to use real glass, he's going to use real glass. If Darby Allin wants to jump off a fucking ladder, do some glass, he's going to do it. I didn't mean to use glass twice, but those are two things that stood out. If Matt Hardy wants to continue wrestling, and after getting his head slammed on concrete, he's going to continue wrestling. Tony has never told anybody no because he's afraid of his goddamn life unless your name is Kevin Kelly, who he'll fire in a second. So I don't believe that for a second. And if Darby Allin is the man who I think he is, he don't give a fuck if he got fired or in trouble with Tony. And you act like Triple H ain't going to call that lunatic up and be like, you want to jump through my tables?
So, man,
you want to take my barbed wire?
So Marcus is extremely passionate about this. But, Manny, I have a question for you. Would you defeat them, the demons and all the non-believers?
Hold on. You said that we
no. I messed up because I started laughing.
You said 2 minutes ago we have already done this bullshit.
We have.
But you forget that me and Marcus live in a time space where we will regurgitate jokes whenever we feel like penis.
I refuse to talk about anybody's penis, but I will talk about the death of Cedric Diggory right here live on air.
So, Marcus, also this is for you because the Bryan Danielson Japanese beat up Japanese men tour continues tonight on Collision. Marcus, are you excited to see Shibata versus Bryan Danielson tonight on Collision?
Oh, he's fighting Shibata tonight?
Yes,
I didn't know that.
Tonight, Marcus.
Oh shit! On 3/16 day like today, I mean, nothing says better than Shibata versus Bryan Danielson. Two of my all-time favorites. I'm sure it's gonna be fine. I'm sure it's gonna mean nothing to nobody though. I may watch it. I may not. I may watch live PD instead or some shit.
Oh, damn.
500,000 people are probably only gonna see this match.
Yeah. It's so
be more people that saw Mercedes Moné debut. Marcus told me about the
no. Mercedes did fine. It's the rest of the show that didn't do well, apparently.
Oh.
She came out, she got her.
People are thinking that's also because of the lead-in from the Big Bang Theory. I saw that.
Yeah, that's also true. The Big Bang Theory has always been a great lead-in, and I honestly, I'm personal. If I'm a cold TV, not a wrestling fan, but a cold TV executive, I would cancel AEW in a minute. Just where Big Bang Theory marathon every single Wednesday because it seems to always draw 1 million views for no reason.
Marcus, I just want to let you know you don't know this, but they have a Big Bang Theory marathon on every other day but Wednesday, so I don't think they can go to that well anymore. Like anytime I turn it on, it's fucking Big Bang Theory. I'm
letting it go. People are watching. There's reasons why.
But you know
people
what?
Are watching. 1 million people watch that shit every single week, and I get the same ad revenue every single week.
So we're not.
I put it over NXT.
Marcus, I'm not going to shame. I am not going to shame TNT for running a Big Bang Theory because USA Universal runs
TBS.
Modern Family down the throat of everybody. They have their what?
All of us want to look at Gloria. Come on.
No, Modern Family is a good show. But you know what? Kaylee Cuckoo or whatever her name was, she was attractive at one point.
Can you say her name again? Can you say her name again? Cuckoo.
Yeah, Cuckoo from Coco, Chris. So before I get to my last question, before we start talking about SmackDown, we got some comments in the chat. JK Switch says, "Good afternoon, evening. May Hulk Hogan eat a rotten strawberry while everyone's treating Justin Fields like Will's daddy in the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and Tottenham. The Chargers are the EPL." What's EPL?
Can I correct you?
Yeah, Manny. I think Manny needs to break that last part in because I have no idea what he's talking about.
It's soccer. I know that much.
Yeah, but when you say that, don't pronounce it as the ham. It's just Tottenham.
Oh, Tottenham.
That's an American thing where American come over.
Wait, what did he say?
I said Tottenham.
You don't say the ham. You don't say the ham.
I know that.
But Manny, I like Ham though. I think Ham should get the respect that it deserves. Not Darvin Ham, but Tottenham deserves that respect, especially if it's smoked and mapley, and if you pour Coke over it and let it be cooked in the oven. But anyway, English EPL, English Premier League. That makes sense then. That does. No, the Chargers, to your chagrin, JK, they did what they had to do. I was on the surface very upset with the movement of Keenan Allen. However, when you realize how much cap space that they cleared up, it made sense because they are over the cap extremely high.
No, what he's trying to get at is Tottenham is that team that is kind of good, but never win anything.
Oh, they never get relegated.
No, they do enough to not get relegated, but like when it comes to like lifting trophies, nah, you ain't seeing them.
All right. So then Kane asked the question, so why are these dream matches on TV instead of on pay-per-view when Brian limited his schedule and all? Manny, I'll let you try to answer that question first before I go to
Brian. This is Brian's last year of being full-time. So I feel like they're just trying to make the most of it while he's here. But like this is an AEW thing. Like AEW will just put on banger of matches on TV for free rather than be like WWE where you may see that match for like 2 minutes and get a false finish or a run-in or whatnot till you get to the pay-per-view. AEW ain't like that. AEW will try and bring in people by like, let's watch this banger of a match. And that's it.
Marcus, do you feel like this is AEW's way of catering to their audience by flying in all these Japanese wrestlers to fight Brian Danielson?
lives in America. They didn't fly him nowhere. He lives in America now.
Oh, he lives in America now.
He sold out years ago.
But all the other people they have flown in.
Not really. I mean, once every now and then. I just feel like it's a waste of time.
Let me
I'm not doing this on Collision. In fact, I would invest so little on Collision. Collision is just Rampage with 2 hours at this point. Back when Collision meant something, when Phil ran the show, it was a better show. Now that Brian Danielson run the show, it's just a bunch of random shit and it doesn't matter to anybody. They don't even recap it on Dynamite. That's how Collision is off to the side.
Let me tell you something right now.
Rampage gets more highlights than Collision.
I'm not gonna care about Bryan Danielson, Japanese wrestler until he fights Ishii. That's the one I'm waiting for. I need Ishii versus Bryan Danielson. And that's when I'll watch.
Why?
Because
Why?
Because Ishii,
I never need that. I know when he's there and
he's a mercenary. He's a mercenary, and it don't matter who wants him. If you got the money, he will show up and fight. That's what I appreciate.
Eric, at this point, he might as well come out to that Cedric Diggory death theme because we know he's gonna lose.
Yes,
yeah, but he gonna be back. He gonna be back.
So, apparently, the thing to do in this season, we're in tag team brackets for whatever reason. SmackDown had this useless bracket for whatever reason. Didn't know why we needed this bracket. We did not need this bracket. But then we also had the AEW tag bracket where they have wild card matches, Mark. My first question for you, because me and Manny didn't know, Mark, do you know who the Infantry is?
Yes.
Who?
You do?
Who are they?
Who are they?
Just a bunch of guys. Two guys who are a tag team in wrestling.
So, Marcus, I went and
What do you want me to say? What do you want me to say? You want depth?
Mark, because I went and dug up a
You want
picture,
history?
and I swear the Infantry looked like my creative wrestler, Evolution. Got the same pants on and everything, Marcus. Who are these? They're black and you didn't know. It's Sean Dean and some other guy.
Well, what is the Captain Dean? I've seen them once or twice team together, okay?
I've never seen them team together.
Yeah.
Of course you wouldn't, because they wrestle in the Ring of Honor, which I've never seen, but I've seen them on Rampage or Collision. They've shown up together at one point in AEW. That's all I know.
Marcus, but looking at this bracket right here, Marcus, can you
explain with it?
Can you explain to me, Marcus, why we are even having wild card matches? When you look at the two wild card participants, you have Best Friends against the Don Callis family. You could have put the Don Callis family against the Undisputed Kingdom, and then you have Infantry versus House of Black. You could have just put the House of Black versus FTR. We didn't need these wild card matches at all. At all.
Can I just point out to anyone listening and watching or in the chat right now, in that bracket, you saw the Young Bucks versus the Private Party. If at any point during the commentary in that match, they referenced that match, the Private Party beat the Young Bucks 3 years ago on Dynamite, you need to donate $5 to the show.
And I think we lost Marcus, unfortunately, due to technical. The shits have came back, but Manny, going for it, like, I've been a big proponent of tag team wrestling being revived. I don't think this is the way to revive tag team wrestling. I just feel like they just have a bunch of teams and we're making tournaments that have absolutely no meaning to anything.
Well, the WWE one is to get on that show, is to get on the WrestleMania. Whereas the AEW one, I see it makes sense to have the tag team tournament because
they don't have champions.
They vacated the title. So, but like, it's the trope with AEW. It's just tournaments, and then eventually you just get bored of tournaments.
Yeah,
I think both tournaments are necessary this time, and I have no problem with either one. I can bitch and moan about it, but there's other things to bitch and moan about.
WWE
tournaments are necessary.
WWE is not even a true tournament because they have different brackets, and if I only see one bracket, and like the people like
it's gonna be one on Raw.
So no, the match that we get on Raw is either New Day versus Alpha Academy, DIY versus the Creed Brothers, and R-Truth and the Miz versus Indus Sher. And then next week on SmackDown, there's not even no more brackets. This is going to be a multiple team match of the Street Profits, AOP, the OC, and Waller in Theory. I don't understand how come you have some brackets and you don't have other brackets. Why do we have the multi-tag match for WrestleMania? Everybody need a payday, I guess. It is necessary.
So you have a problem with the tag team titles being defended at WrestleMania?
No, I have no problem with the tag team titles being defended. I have a problem with the brackets and who qualified for the defending of the title, who get the challenge.
This is the WWE. This is the WWE.
I know.
When have they ever cared about tag team wrestling? They don't care.
But
they don't care. Those tag team titles ain't shit.
I do.
Just let this. Nobody cares. Tell me the last tag team champions that you actually felt like they were the fucking tag team champions.
Sasha Banks and Naomi.
And they threw that shit on the table.
That was a joke. If you thought people thought I was being serious.
Damn, Mark. That's a fair point, man. That's a fair point.
Well, you could have easily just said the Usos, but
Yeah.
Marcus, because I was gonna say the New Day, but I was like, damn, that's really far back. And I was gonna say at that point, you know how long tag team wrestling has been dead because that's the last time they was alive.
Tag team wrestling died at WrestleMania 39. Was the Sammy and Kevin beat the Usos.
I want to say
and we were all let out of the Usos penitentiary. Now we all want to go back in. I understand the whole life of a person that's a convict in jail that always wants to go back in.
No,
because
actually,
that's
Marcus,
it.
I think tag team wrestling died even more when FTR didn't get the proper respect as tag team champions when they were the champions in AEW, when they were arguably one of the best teams.
Wait, AEW killed? No, well,
because Dax went on his run. Dax went on his run as a singles wrestler, and that was like, well, I don't need.
AEW killed their tag division the moment they started caring about trios matches and 8-man tags, 12-man tags, 230-man
tags. Let's do a battle royal that turns into a tag match. Well, we haven't done that one yet.
Both companies have given up on tag team wrestling at some point, and they're both trying to reinvigorate it for the season. WWE is just trying to get people on their show and doing this ladder match to replace the Andre the Giant Battle Royal or the Money in the Bank match, which I believe when they do this ladder match will be an outstanding ladder match. And AEW is doing their tag match. I can't believe they still teaming Ricky Starks with Big Bill. I thought that was going to be a done deal. I thought I would never see those two again, but they are in this tournament, and the House of Black has to work. What? I'm invested.
All right.
Well, let me ask you this question about you talking about people getting on the card. What about they also announced was it GCW Bloodsport? They're having Shayna Baszler on the card, and then the guy from Fightful, Sean Ross Sapp, said there'll be other people on the card from WWE. So people that are not being involved in WrestleMania are being allowed to participate in the independent companies that are running events around WrestleMania.
Yeah,
well,
so
Manny, I read an
money.
article on this when they said that the reason why they've always had WWE always kind of allowed people, and it started when they sent William Regal's son overseas to work in the wrestling, but they were like, because it's different enough from what they do, because it's like no ropes and it's a submission based thing, that they had no issue with Shayna going there. So it'll be interesting who else goes there. I mean, it seems like something that Bryan Danielson would like to do if he was a real fighter, but I don't know how real of a fighter he is.
I like to talk about
what if we did Raw Underground versus Bloodsport?
That's what it could be leading to.
That's all it is. Bloodsport is just Raw Underground. It's just accepted. But let me say this. I was talking to Eric about this earlier, and I was saying, if I ran WWE and I was the evil, can you please stop with the button? If I ran WWE and I was evil, I would say, you know what? I'm going to branch out some of my talent to these indie promoters. However, if any of you guys work with AEW again, you'll never be able to work with us again. So I'm going to send you Shayna Baszler. I'm going to send you, I guess the New Day ain't making it because I don't see them beat Alpha Academy, to be honest.
I see them beating Alpha Academy. It's going to be what? Otis and Tozawa?
Otis and Tozawa, not Gable?
I don't think it's Gable.
No, I don't think it's Gable.
I thought it was Otis and Gable. Then I was like, they're going to get Gable on the show.
So, Mark, another reason why...
I think Gable's getting shoehorned into a triple threat.
I think so also. Mark, Shayna
is
triple
threat? What titles left?
I think it's going to be a triple threat. I think he's going to get in that match, Marcus. Yeah.
No, he ain't getting there.
He's getting in that match, Marcus.
No, because they already booked the U.S. title as a triple threat. They're not going to do two for two mid-card titles. They're not going to do the same thing twice on 2 nights. No, you're not. You're not. They don't ever do that. They don't ever do that.
Them?
Me and everybody. They're not doing that. Gable's out. Gable is out.
I don't think
it's
so.
Sammy versus Gunther.
Marcus, the one thing I've learned in WWE, they prioritize story over everything else.
There ain't no story in keeping Chad Gable was a decoy, so you could think that Sammy wasn't going to win. That's all he was there for.
I don't know. I kind of like the idea of him trying to right the wrong that happened with his family.
You don't right that wrong by pinning Sammy. He only can right that wrong by fighting Gunther like a man, one-on-one. You don't redeem yourself by in a triple threat. There is no way there's going to be a triple threat. I bet Buddy on it. I bet Buddy.
Okay, good. The reason why Shayna's also on this show, going back to that, is Josh Barnett trained her in MMA. So it's like a friend helping out a friend in that situation. So anyway, the SmackDown took place and we got the return of Flex Kavana to his home crowd. So we had good rock today. Manny, what did you think about the overall performance of Mr. Rocky Maivia?
I think Cody needs to kill The Rock. You don't go. You don't do your mama jokes.
You don't?
And you don't threaten her with murdering her son.
Well,
Cody needs to kill, or Cody needs to go after the head of the family. Whatever, Leah Mahivy or whatever her name is.
I mean, he ain't never talked about Marcus. I'm just gonna try to let Manny make his point, but it seemed like you ready to jump on there. Go ahead, Marcus. Go ahead, Flex Savannah. Do what you got to do.
Well, I was going to say, Cody cannot kill The Rock. In fact, Cody has lost all support of the audience because The Rock is winning them back. The Rock has won everybody back. He's calling Cody a crybaby. He's singing songs. He's gonna whoop. He's getting our reparations, Eric. Our reparations. He's gonna rip Cody with his belt and then hand that blood-soaked belt to his mama, who is gonna be unfazed because she wants to see Terry Funk eye gouge and burn Dusty Rhodes or whatever the hell happened. So it don't matter. I appreciate The Rock saying he gonna whip Cody's ass with that belt. And I know it's gonna end up being reverse, and he's gonna end up handing his nightmare belt to The Rock's mama at WrestleMania, which is gonna be evil.
You know, I just thought that this segment went a little too long. As a lot of the Rock segments have happened. I'm getting kind of tired of The Rock. I think he's taken away from the match between
too much.
Roman. It's just
Eric. Do you know what the problem with The Rock is? Before SmackDown, he also releases like a 20-minute video on socials repeating the exact same thing.
Yeah. And
I have no problem because I'm not on the socials.
I get that. Excuse me, can I finish my point? Thank you.
No,
I'll let you finish your point. No, because Manny cut me off in my midpoint. But the thing is,
why can Manny cut you off and I can't cut you off?
Because I don't want to be cut off twice. I don't want to be cut off twice
all the time.
Because The Rock is doing the right thing.
My issue is that the only time I care about when The Rock speaks is when Roman's in the ring and Roman is upset that he's being outshined by The Rock. When Roman's not around, I don't care. I acknowledge Roman as the tribal chief. I'm there to see Roman. I'm not there for The Rock. All those entities on X who acknowledge Roman, I stand with them. Fuck The Rock. I'm tired of him.
Man United.
Yes.
I can't believe you're sick of this Rock. This is great for me. I'm enjoying every bit of the return of Hollywood Rock.
You're reliving your childhood. That's what you're doing.
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck my childhood. I'm a grown ass man now. I need to mature.
He's playing all the hits. And they're great. He's making everybody else look like putting everybody else to shame.
Yeah, that shit's on the product.
Yes.
I can't help it if everybody ain't on my level. Okay, we're not grading on the curve here. Okay, I can't help it.
And he was there all the time. He didn't outshadow everyone on the card. People still had time to shine. No, he had people had time to shine on that card.
They had time to shine on this show. I think everybody had a moment or two on this show. But The Rock was still good.
I'm going to have a go at the mid-card mess today and the rest of the IWC because both Latino teams did not get entrances. No one made a fuss about it. Suddenly, when Naomi can't have an entrance, it's a big problem.
Preach it, brother Manny. We can protect the brown and the blacks here. I'm just saying right now. No, wait, brother.
No, God damn it, no.
I put my finger right there, sir.
Don't you Julia Hart me. Don't you Julia Hart me,
sir. Needless to say, is that The Rock has carte blanche, and he can go as long as he wants to go rambling on, and everybody else has to adjust. John Cena was a professional. He got in, did what he needed to do, and he left.
Yeah, but what only show is he taken from? He's enhancing this show. Marcus? He was only out there this week for 20 minutes. 20 minutes.
What else? Nothing else really could follow what happened after he was in the ring.
Yeah, but if he was the main event, he may have ran out of time.
Marcus, everything else felt not even second nature, but third nature compared to what he was doing.
Hold on. It feels like that every single week, even when Roman's involved. Because how do we review the shows? It's, how good was Raw? How good was Dynamite? How was NXT versus the 10 minutes of SmackDown with Roman?
Yeah, but we're not even getting 10 minutes with Roman anymore. We're getting
because Roman doesn't show up. You know who's more consistent in showing up? Logan Paul and The Rock.
So
two part-timers are showing up more than the World Universal Undisputed Heavyweight Champion. I'm sorry Roman isn't a consistent worker and can be entertaining like The Rock. The Rock came out there. He did his song and dance. It was fine. He brought out your group War and Treaty. Eric, War and Treaty
No,
was
he did not bring out War and Treaty. He brought up the guitar player for War and Treaty and another harmonica player from another group. Marcus, get it right.
Yeah, but War and Treaty was in the crowd watching. He had them there.
Who cares?
He's performing the song. He does that, and then he cuts a killer promo ripping Cody to shreds. You're crying, and he's such an evil person. He's evil when he cuts promo. He had the crowd eating out of his head, and then he made that John Moran comment, and then they hated him. And then he started talking about Cody crying, they hated him.
I want you to look at the mirror and look at yourself. You're fanboying right now. Just want to let you know.
You damn right.
You just let you know.
I would take The Rock out there. I would take The Rock out there 20 minutes every week than a lot of people we get on all these other shows. Go ahead and take your Roxanne Perez promo with Ava Rain, Eric. Go ahead and eat that up.
No. First of all,
no. You eat that shit up.
No, I did not eat that shit up.
Is that what you want?
Know what? I sat through that shit and everything. I couldn't get out. That was the most whiny, mumbling. Someone should have walked out there and snatched the microphone from her. And then it came out with his daughter, Nepo Baby, who just came out. It's just ridiculous. But Marcus, needless to say, Rock is making WrestleMania about him. That's all. And I just. It's
about Cody. No, it's still about Cody. It's about Cody versus The Rock, basically. But Roman is taking the back seat. Yes, because Roman has taken a backseat for the past 7 to 8 months this year. Roman hasn't said or really done anything. In fact, I would argue Jimmy Uso has been more relevant than Roman Reigns this year. Roman's having an off year. So The Rock has saved WrestleMania. Was anybody looking forward to a rematch? They threw The Rock in there. It has enhanced all of this. And I look forward to hearing what The Rock does every single week. I don't give a damn what y'all say.
I think Montez is saying Marcus knows The Rock's taste.
Yeah.
Betty, do you have anything else?
How The Rock? No, Marcus, how's the
Marcus? He's implying that.
Oh yes. Oh wow.
You know what? His semen tastes like Terramana. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn. I go out there and I blah, 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 blah. All over Dewey's dick. Okay?
Manny. We let Marcus ran over about The Rock. I mean, he's kind of dressed like The Rock right now with the bald head. Do you have anything else that you need to add before we move on?
No, we can move on. I
can't believe y'all didn't enjoy the Rock concert promo this week.
It was fine. It's fine. It's too much. He's talking
Marcus,
too much.
And can I tell you something, Marcus? I don't like to live in the past. I've been there and done that. He's done this before.
This is not really.
He's done the Rock concert before. It's kind of how we
but he's done this. But when's the last time you got heel Rock?
It wasn't really heel Rock. He was fed. He was given.
No. When he got to,
he may have come out as Hollywood Rock, but he was sucking Memphis's dick this week.
Marcus. He was sucking Memphis's dick like you're sucking his dick right now, Marcus.
Hold on.
It was like a triple threat of who can suck each other's dick. That's what it was.
He was a man of the people for the first half of the Rock concert, but the second half was villainy at its finest. When he was cold and calculated about talking about bringing a belt. He made fun of a man and his human emotion that he has to hide that in. He was a toxic male masculinity at his finest, and he was out there ripping people to shreds, and I appreciate all that. He took the name Final Boss from Miko Satomura. I don't know why we're not talking about that more. I want to talk about that. That's my problem.
Say that for Wednesday. Anyway, so moving on
to the next Final Boss.
We had Angel Garza and Humberto Carrera going against Joaquin
Wild. They deserve more time.
He just Berto now. He lost his Berto. He lost his hug.
I know he is against Joaquin Wild and Cruz del Toro. Let me tell you, this was an enjoyable match. And what I enjoyed most about this match was that I could not figure out who was going to win this match because I could make arguments for both teams winning. Lagardo got the win. Manny, what did you think about this match overall?
I mean, it was good. I enjoyed it. I knew Berto and Angel were gonna win because the LWO got a win on the other bracket that's going on NXT to go into Stand and Deliver. Yeah, so you kind of just realize, did the other ones are gonna win. But like, I don't know what they're doing with the rest of the feud. Like, it feels like it's getting too close. Like, make your mind up and set up a match. Do something.
Marcus, what about you?
I was first of all interject to say something, Eric. When you wear your headphones like that in the back, it looks like you got the George Jefferson kind of hair going on. I'm just saying. It had a very nice shadow where I was like, damn, Eric need to really cut that hair.
I need to shave my hair, man. I need to haircut my hair.
If you out on the sides here. With that being said, I honestly didn't know who was going to win this. I didn't know which Latino tag team they'd be favorite the most in this one. And I understood LWO was in their brackets as Stand and Deliver, but I also thought they may do double duty and go to WrestleMania as well. But you know what? Neither one is actually going to make it in through the tournament or whatever how these brackets work to get to that 6-pack. I'm going to break it to both of them. LWO, you are not making WrestleMania. Legado del Fantasma, you are not making WrestleMania.
Wait.
Maybe Rey Mysterio and Santos. But the rest of these fools, La Madrina may make it.
Let me talk about this real quick.
Doing what? What's La Madrina gonna do?
Hey, she wore the ponytail like whatever. She was up there.
She may be working the docks at Philadelphia.
Hey, this was good. I'm gonna say this: if Eric can judge Lexi King this way, I'm going to judge. This was good. Lectra Lopez this week.
I've never had issues.
If you want to do that, I'm gonna do B-Fab.
Go ahead. She's never on the show.
Buddy, that's not even fair. You just always say that's bad B-Fab. But I'm going to jump ahead real quick because we did get a moment where Escobar defeated Dragon Lee. I don't even want to talk about it. Rey Mysterio comes out, and I don't know if Rey Mysterio doesn't know what season it is or whatnot. This is how you get a payday. You normally make your match and you challenge somebody to wrestle at WrestleMania. And technically, Rey Mysterio, you against Santos, that's a WrestleMania match. But instead, Rey Mysterio chose to have this match next week on SmackDown. Marcus, is Rey Mysterio lost his mind?
He don't have that clout this year. He don't have his son carrying him this year to a WrestleMania match. Santos is 40-year-old man. We don't want to see a 40-year-old, a 50-year-old at WrestleMania, and Rey understood that. Although we are getting AJ Styles LA Knight and what I like to call the Senior Citizen Classic at WrestleMania, which I don't know how it works at WrestleMania season in the back in full kayfabe, in which people are stressing about not making WrestleMania, but then there are also people going out there going, "I'll fight you at WrestleMania." So I understand where you're going with Rey asking to make this a WrestleMania match, but even Rey understood this barely makes SmackDown a Velocity.
Okay, Manny,
so basically, what you said about what's going on in the back, Marcus, does that mean Natty's going around the back challenging everyone?
Yeah.
Because
Come on, guys! I tell you this, next time Natty's on TV, she gonna turn on Tegan Knox and try to point at that side.
Hey, man,
that's what I would do.
That is why Shayna is wrestling on Josh Barnett's show. So that's the one person they can't have a match against. So
so that means Zoe Stark ain't gonna have anything to do with WrestleMania. She fucked off.
So the interesting moment that took place that me and Marcus, we were actually watching SmackDown a little bit together on the phones where we had the unnecessary, let's call Caleb Braxton out to the ringside to interview LA Knight. So LA Knight could just clearly send her to the back to try to bait AJ Styles into attacking him. Then AJ Styles does not attack him. And then he says, "I challenge you to a match." Then AJ Styles hits him with a chair and says, "I accept." So once again, men accepting ways going to the payday. And Rey Mysterio had a prime example of how to get a payday, but he decided not to do it. Manny, did you like the segment between LA Knight and AJ Styles?
No, I did not, because Caleb Braxton needed to stay out there. Caleb Braxton needs to stay her ass out there. Because
she wore green for you, man.
She has an effect. Look what just the segment afterwards she appears, Paul Heyman shits himself. That is the greatest thing about Caleb Braxton. And LA Knight just sent her away. Fuck yeah. LA Knight.
I want to also give SmackDown a strike for this moment for not only him sending Caleb Braxton to the back, but how dare you, LA Knight? How dare you? The Rock was just on an hour ago. We seen the real deal. We seen the real deal. You can't come out and do you can't come out and do the Shasta or the Kirkland version of what The Rock does. You can't come out and do that. And yes, you challenged AJ Styles, and I had no problem with everything he said, whatnot. But you don't send Kayla to the back. You don't impersonate The Rock while The Rock is on TV and be in the final boss. How dare you? How dare you with all of this?
It's funny because, like, when I think about this, there were 2 WrestleMania matches that were made without people going to the ring. Because right after this one, we got an entrance of Grayson Waller and Austin Theory, and then next, you know, they go to the back where the Bloodline is arriving, and that just gives an opportunity for Jimmy Uso to cut a promo and let Jay know that he raised him. You my son, and I accept your match challenge at WrestleMania. We would do this, and I'm just like, huh. Y'all didn't even come out to the ring. Go ahead, Marcus.
When you review this segment, you have to go really close to your camera because that's how first day Jimmy Uso was.
I am going to raise my hand and say, this could have been an email, Jimmy.
You could have.
This could have been an email. You could have followed your cousin, The Rock, and did this on social media.
I raised you.
I don't understand why you
followed me everywhere, brother. You followed me. I got you.
I don't understand why him, Solo, and Paul decided to make the trip to Memphis.
I don't know. They could have recorded this on the Bloodline plane.
Yes, they showed it like the Bloodline. Oh, the Bloodline's arriving. Caleb catches them as they arrive, and I'm going, for what? They didn't show up again on the night. They never walked out the ring. Jay had the decency to come out, do his little dance, challenge Jimmy, and have a full segment ring. Jimmy, on the other hand, decided to do the TikTok version of this.
Yeah, he did.
It was like, you follow me around, who's you my kid? I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna beat your ass, brother versus brother. Yeet,
yeet,
yeet.
No, but it's no yeet. Mark, you kind of look like Mark Briscoe right there when you did your eyes crossed and you looked there and you went yeet.
Why are you calling him homeless?
Well, Marcus got teeth though, so he's okay.
I still got all my teeth.
So, speaking of a person who is entitled and got what he deserved, Logan Paul showed up into, Nick Aldis, Manny's favorite person, office, demanded like, who the fuck is my opponent? Next thing you know, Grayson Waller and Randy Orton's having a match. He does comment. No, Marcus, you already had. This is Manny's segment.
This is about Aldis. I know it's about for Manny. It's for Manny.
Okay, go ahead.
Manny, can you give me a description of what Nick Aldis was doing in his office at this moment? Because it looked like he was really boring. Go ahead. What was he looking at on his computer? He looked like he bored himself to sleep.
He looked like he was looking at old pictures of Mickey James. That's what he was probably doing.
This is before she had the baby.
She was a firecracker, wasn't she? But he looked like he was asleep. He looked like he put himself to sleep. That was what I was hoping you said.
Maybe he was watching Marcus. Maybe he was watching one of his matches back.
So, the funniest thing about this whole match between Waller and Orton, I was like, man, if The Rock went on, they could have cut all these entrances because I didn't need to see none of them. Randy took forever to get to the ring. Then when he got to the ring, we had action. I was like, when he go to drop him on the table so we get the commercial break. Then at the end, it just turns out to look. Nick Aldis come out. Yeah, you're gonna face Kevin Owens and Randy Orton. I'm like, how's that even fair? That's not fair.
I don't think there's justification for it. Yeah. But we'll let Manny chime in.
I mean, we also left out the fact that Logan was reaching for an apology for last week.
He was.
Which he never got.
How dare Nick ask that? You know damn well he didn't get that apology for Randy. But I thought Logan was good in the segment. And that's pretty much it. I just thought that this match is thrown together to give people WrestleMania paydays. And I'd have Logan Paul retaining in this triple threat.
Well, Manny, how do you feel about the English Men's Classic that should never have took place? I mean, the announcers and everybody are trying their best to get Tyler Bate over to the crowd with him doing the spinny do and all that good stuff. But the wrong team won. Why can't Pretty Deadly get any wins on American soil, Manny? What's wrong?
I don't know. And that disco ball needs to be at WrestleMania. That disco ball in Pretty Deadly's entrance is amazing. And they need to bring that to WrestleMania. This is absurd. Justice for Pretty Deadly. Yes, boys.
Yes, boy. Because there's more money in Pretty Deadly than it is Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate. I don't understand this. Marcus, can you make this make sense, please?
I'm 100% on agreement with you guys. But to be honest, Pretty Deadly is just a lower card comedy act. To be honest,
dare you, Marcus?
They do not have to actually win anything to be entertaining or be on the show. Like, they can still show up at WrestleMania and still be entertaining. They don't actually have to wrestle. I'm just saying, I am with you guys. I'm a fan of Pretty Deadly. And believe that they are the better team than the New Catch Crew or whatever they call themselves.
New Catch Republic.
New Catch Republic.
NCR is a stupid name.
No, I have no problem with the name or anything. You know, it's just I'd rather see Pete by himself.
What's the name of Gulak's team?
Aren't they like the Catch Crew?
The quarter catch crew?
Yeah, it's too many catch people. They gonna catch a fade if they keep fucking around. With that, from the black people, because you know,
the black people.
You know, Bobby gonna be called catch a fade. You know,
which black people?
Which black people?
The Prophets and Bobby.
But they're gonna go around giving haircuts.
Yeah, they're going. That's about what they should do because they get their ass kicked by the authors of pain in them.
Which needs to be stopped. All of that needs to be stopped.
Well, it wasn't even mentioned on SmackDown this week.
But... And again, Eric, you were saying let's devote more time to all these jabronis on this show.
Margaret, I told you this show was hard to follow from The Rock. I just,
the show still.
But the thing about it is, I hope Legado wins. The New Catch Republic don't need to win. It need to be Legado. I would prefer for them. But I have a feeling that Triple H, he's been loyal to Pete and Tyler Bate for a long time, and I just don't know how I feel about this. Main event was really good. Bailey versus Dakota Kai for what it was worth.
Eric. I don't feel like it was given the time it deserved.
It needed more time.
It got 6 minutes.
But my only thing I came out from it was did Asuka hurt herself? Was she really hurt? Because she was limping bad, or was she selling it?
My question is Io hurt? The last time she had a match on TV was in January, defending her title against Mia Yim on SmackDown. And she hasn't done anything since.
Manny, with all that evidence you presented to the court, she probably is hurt. You know, Mia Yim can hurt some people who are fragile.
Wait. Yeah, how dare you? How dare you say she hasn't had a match with Rhea Ripley? Damn sure don't work, Manny. You know, damn sure Rhea Ripley don't work. I know she white and deserves to pass, but because Io is working the same schedule as Roman, Rhea, and Logan Paul.
Nah, at least Rhea occasionally has a match. Like the last match we know she had was at Elimination Chamber.
But can I tell you something though? This episode of SmackDown left me with the best cliffhanger ever because Naomi ran her ass out there, got her ass beat, and the crowd is sitting there yelling and screaming, Bianca, Bianca, Bianca. And you know, they're in Tennessee. Bianca didn't come out. Bianca ain't getting involved in that. And I enjoyed every second of the fans not getting Bianca.
Where was Bianca?
Not coming out. She told you she ain't gonna help. I can't wait till next week when she said, girl, I told you I'm not getting in that mess. Although Bianca doesn't have a WrestleMania match yet. Marcus, he's still in the poops. There you go. He's gone now. But like I said, I thought the show, like things happened, but I felt like everything felt kind of rushed. We just threw some stuff together. And then I thought The Rock went extremely too long. Manny, overall with SmackDown, how did you feel?
SmackDown was all right. I think The Rock did go too long, and you saw parts in the show where they clearly cut. So, like, I feel like the women's main event match, I feel like they cut severely. Like, I feel like given the Twitter spat they had during the week, whereas like Bailey, with all your injuries and blah, 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 and going after Dakota, and then Dakota had her thing on the show going back at Bailey. It felt like they should have had more time. They should have had at least 10 to 15 minutes devoted to it.
Yeah.
Rather than just 6 minutes at the end of the show.
I felt like SmackDown was a lot like NXT, where it was a lot of stuff happening, but you really didn't need any of the stuff happening. Like it wasn't going to make a difference in your life. I think the best two shows this week were clearly Monday Night Raw followed by Dynamite. I think those were the two best shows this week. I thought they did it. And it's only because Dynamite, Will Ospreay made me a believer. I believed everything that came out that man's mouth. Yeah, and I was like, damn, like he really did that damn thing. Like he's the one star that they have. Now, Marcus, overall, what was your impression of SmackDown in an overall week of professional wrestling?
Well, I want to jump back on this Bianca stuff, but fuck Bailey. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. And I stand with that. Hey, nothing worse than a black woman just being stubborn in the back. I told her ass not to go out there.
Exactly. I want the camera for that.
Yeah, I wanted to cut to the back of her just turning off her TV. That's how SmackDown should have ended. with Bianca Belair going, "They ain't none of my business."
Yep.
Go out there, click in credits. Oh, 2. I thought SmackDown was a good show. I thought it was solid. I thought it was a lot better than NXT, which was all over the place and confusing as hell.
But that's what NXT is.
No, some weeks it's fun confusion. This was just bad confusion.
NXT is always a fever dream.
Why is Trick making out with Lash Legend to end the show?
How do we know why that happened?
How we get a double nut shot from 2 women? Like, it was a lot of stuff on NXT where you just go, what are we doing? What are we doing? Where is Bear Hill and Eddie Thorpe?
And I felt SmackDown followed that same thing. It was just a lot of shit that was just going down. Jay Uso, Jimmy Uso doing the TikTok acceptance of the match. Like,
SmackDown made sense. Rock went out there. He responded to Cody. Then you had the qualifying tag matches. And then you had the Logan Paul situation, followed by the main event that does not live up to the AEW Dynamite main event of Riho versus Willow Nightingale. So
yeah, well, because they didn't give me enough time. Manny, how do you feel about this? How do you feel about J.K. Switch's comment that EO is on her Roman? You pay for those services.
Every champion is on that bullshit right now.
Damn right.
Seth
I like it that way. It makes the champion seem important if they ain't wrestling every week.
I mean, you should be the champion. And, back in the day, champion wrestled, every 4 months? And he might be in a tag match that he never got tagged in. I mean.
Yeah, but you shouldn't be Wardlow and Joe coming out the second match on Dynamite, having a match that no one honestly cares about. If you're a champion, you should have a real match. Anytime you're in there, it's a real moment, and it's a real chance you can lose that title.
So if
you shouldn't be out there having bullshit.
If I understand WWE program correctly, I think they mentioned Cody will be on SmackDown next week, or
Cody and Roman go face to face
on SmackDown next week, right?
Yeah.
So does Cody address The Rock on Monday?
Of course he is.
No. Cody is going to come out there, speak. What do you want to talk about? And then he's going to say, "You're going to find out my response to The Rock on Friday." That's what's going to happen.
No,
everybody, hold on. Oh, wait a minute. This is a moment. I don't never get this often, but El Luchador says I'm right. You guys always say I'm wrong, and that's why they created a mid-card title so it could be defended more consistently. Yes, it was true. A broke clock is right twice a day, and today I was right.
I'm for my mid-card titles even being treated special. Gunther wrestles every now and then on TV, and so does Logan Paul. Logan Paul had a match 3 weeks ago.
I feel like most times he defends that title exclusively on Raw because they refuse to put that on a PLE.
Well, they can't put him on PLEs because they keep going international with their PLEs, and he can't leave America for whatever stupid laws and the reasons they are.
Gunther has main event. I think he main evented Raw 2 weeks ago, and it was a great main event. So
no, he slapped Dominic Mysterio 2 weeks ago. That wasn't the main event. That was just the middle of the show.
May was a month ago. Yeah, he started the show.
He hasn't main evented a Raw in a long time, Eric.
I thought when he defended his title, like somebody had earned a title shot.
That's been the middle of the show. The ending has always been like Judgment Day versus somebody, or Drew McIntyre versus somebody.
No, when Gunther's recently been defending titles, it's been main event.
Yeah, it was main event.
Nah.
Except the only time he didn't main event is when he fought Dominic.
No, when he fought Chad Gable, that wasn't a main event.
That was a main event.
Middle of the show too.
That was a main event.
It was a main event, Marcus. It closed the show.
Nah.
It closed the show. His daughter was crying.
Yeah.
Maybe. That was like 4 months ago, though. That was about 4 months ago.
Manny's researching. I can see the look in his eye. He's looking.
Yeah, I can see the drive. But that's like 4 months ago. That was back in January or something, or December.
I believe the last main event he had was in February when he barely defeated Jey Uso.
Yeah, that was.
Okay, that one counts. That one counts. Jimmy and Jay. That was a few weeks ago. You're right.
Yes.
That's it. That's the one. But other than that, they all been in the middle of the show. Shoot. Don't want to hear about no Ivar Bronson Reed matches from 5-6 months ago.
So, do you think they need to announce the Big E Meat Mania Invitational?
Yes.
I kind of think they do.
They're shitting on the Andre the Giant Battle Royal.
For 2 reasons.
That's all that match was meant to be.
No, for 2 reasons. And these not the balloons. But for 2 reasons. It's AEW announced it. and they were not able to accomplish it, which is something. And then 2, this is shit on AEW. We got meat. We got the meat. Be the Arby's of professional wrestling. Just give them all the meats.
We got the meats.
WWE have more of the meaty men. Do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And honestly,
the meaty men in AEW are like Billy Gunn.
Let's be real. Ivar deserves a WrestleMania payday. He worked his ass off. Just like, let me tell you, like how Dax had his year, I think this was Ivar year. He didn't win many matches. He didn't win many matches. But
Ivar needs a WrestleMania moment.
Yeah.
Ivar needs a WrestleMania just so we can get WrestleMania antlers, people. We need this match.
Yeah. It's just like kind of like, that's why I thought that the LWO was going to win, because I was like, Joaquin almost is coming close to earning a moment at WrestleMania because he's been doing stuff, but they'll probably just save that moment for NXT because that's what they'll probably do, because that's how they do it.
Stand and deliver. Joaquin's is a draw right now. I'm curious what he gonna do in every single match, because I'm like, what is he owe?
So did you guys hear about the interview that was done with Drew McIntyre and how he talked about the development of his character and how it just came out because Triple H said, just do you? It's like, and that's what he's doing. So Drew is actually a natural hater, which is impressive. Like, do you
I don't think it's that much hate in his heart, but it's elevated hate.
Like, do you think that this new Triple H era with The Rock being on the board and stuff like that, do you think that post WrestleMania, because we always say this, WWE doing WrestleMania, the road to WrestleMania is some of the best television that they do. Can they sustain the momentum to SummerSlam? Or I'm sorry, to Money in the Bank?
Well, I believe The Rock is fucking off back to Hollywood to film another movie.
No, apparently he's staying around.
So
last rumor is he's staying around. He plans on actually having another match. Yeah.
Well, maybe
he might be wrestling at Backlash, to be honest.
I don't think he's gonna. What, abroad? He ain't fighting abroad.
Where's Backlash at this year?
Hey,
France.
All I know from the interview.
He might.
Fuck it, Triple H. We always know after WrestleMania we go overseas. We go overseas.
It's France and then it's France and Germany.
Well, yeah, I can see him doing France.
I don't see him. Who wants to go to France? The only person you bring over to France is Baron Corbin.
You're the only one that hates France. You're the only one that hates France. Everybody I talk to says Paris and France is beautiful.
Marcus,
you're the only one I know that hates it.
Marcus, I'll tell you this. I actually talked to a lot more people that agree with Manny that the French people ain't shit.
No, the French people ain't shit.
All they got
France
is food.
Is beautiful.
And if you're not into love, fuck France.
Je déteste en français.
Exactly. Oui. I say
that was not even French at that end. That was shout out to, that was Pootie Tang, not French. Shout out
Pootie Tang reference. If you guys want to see a Pootie Tang watch along, please like and subscribe and comment on this video.
Fuck them. They're not getting that. They're not getting that. You have to pay. You have to pay to get a Pootie Tang watch along around here. God damn it.
Damn, Marcus. I ain't gonna make nobody pay for the Pootie. I ain't gonna do that.
Shout out Tang, God damn it. That's such a dated. No one even knows who Pootie Tang is in 2024.
You know who brought him up though.
Yeah, because you said shout out Tang in the middle of your fucking French rant. Well, anyway, what else?
Is there anything you want to? Because that's pretty much the show, Marcus. Is there anything else you want to add?
No, because I'm running off my phone right now because I gave up on my internet.
Damn.
Well, see, Eric before the show said today would likely to possibly be a 25-minute show, but you have to factor in the Marcus. And obviously, Marcus decided to go 20 minutes for dick sucking the Rock.
He did. And you know,
right? I support my dick sucking this week, and I thought it was well done.
Let me tell you something.
I thought it was a good job.
We're on the street.
I'm patting myself on the back on that dick sucking.
If it takes you longer than 15 minutes to suck a dick, you ain't doing a good job. So I mean, you got to work on your fellatio skills when it comes to the Rock.
You would know.
Marcus likes DILFs.
You would know about it. You know your prostitution, Ray. I'll admit, Eric, I'm not good at sucking the Rock's dick. Okay, how you like that?
Hey, it's always next week because he'll be back again, doing the same shit again that he did in 1998 and 2004. You know,
but it's good. It's good. Why be upset? Why be upset? Do people get upset when Patty LaBelle shows up at La Yababa and do her song? She did.
No, she Patty LaBelle.
Patty LaBelle's not dead, right? Pay the bill did.
First of all, Marcus, let me just point out. You talking about nobody knowing who Poontang is, Mark. It's a good chance that people in the audience don't know who the fuck Patti LaBelle
Okay,
is.
how about this? Dolly Parton. Do anybody go out there and say, "Oh, Dolly needs to shut up"?
Yeah. They do all the time.
Dolly continues to sell out.
Colored people will say that.
No, Marcus.
No,
you know.
Dolly Parton is a favorite in the black community.
No, Marcus, you picked the worst person to try to make your point because about a month ago, she got a lot of backlash when she was supporting Beyonce for her country album attempt. People in Nashville was like, man, shut up, Dolly.
Yeah, that's what happens whenever you support a black woman in the world. Every white woman person get a backlash. Oh, you supporting her? You supporting Michelle Obama? Like, anytime you support a black woman, you get backlash.
Marcus, not all women should be on their own against the wall.
No. But Marcus, you're so right. That segment would have been so much better if we saw Bianca back there watching TV, but then at the same time, that makes her a heel. Like,
there's gonna be the redemption when Trinity or Naomi gets beat up in the back out there by Damage Control, and she's gonna make the save, and she's not coming along. She's gonna get beat up too, and then they're all getting beat up, and she's gonna be like, I got a friend that's gonna help us, and it's Jane Cargill, and all the black women unite to take down the Japanese Damage Control.
So, Manny, is there anything you want to conclude with before we wrap up the show?
I watched a movie today called Wicked Little Letters. Very funny, British comedy. Very, very funny.
It sounds very British with the name.
It's a woman. It's a true story, based on a true story. It's a woman that writes hateful letters, and it's so funny.
I once again is still marathoning through Abbott Elementary. Abbott Elementary, by far, I understand why he's winning all these awards. I just finished the episode where she got the bad.
Janine, though.
Yes,
Janine.
I just got the episode where she got the bad student from the other person's class because she had got that C- in her review, and the little girl was just causing her running amok. Oh, such a good episode. Then when they made the gifted class, and I was like, you damn right, that's how I felt when I didn't get to the gifted class. I want to see the eggs hatch too. Man, all the characters, it's a great watch. Marcus, if you haven't watched it, I highly recommend Abbott Elementary. That is what I'm doing.
Hey, like that. I throw that at you.
Can we translate that?
No, I don't think we should.
I think we should.
I want to know what it says, but I can't type those characters.
No, I'm going to copy it from the other place.
Oh, yeah, go ahead, Manny. No, Janine is troublesome.
Nah, Ava's the one. Ava is the one. Ava should be a friend of the show.
I mean, I just say, like, these people, I'd be the only person that you could probably say that you kind of, Jacob is a kind of annoying, but he just want friends. And Gregory is an asshole. I'm assuming he's going to get better.
Manny does his research. I would say I have never seen a single second or moment or a commercial from Abbott Elementary.
Ava, no, she don't do it for me. She the worst principal ever, man. Worst principal.
Nah, she's the best. She's the best.
She's corrupt. She is corrupt.
That's why she's the best.
Manny, so like I just saw the gifted episode where she had the gifted kid trying to fix her computer and she was getting mad at him. But you're right. The janitor is hilarious because he's inappropriate.
I just want to say, Eric, I'm proud of you for watching television.
It's not coming up in Google Translate, but the closest thing when I went into it, when it started suggesting things, it says rice, cereal grain.
All right, my brother.
Sure, that's not what that meant. Oh, I'm glad you're not watching just shows with Guy Fieri in it anymore, Eric. I'm glad you.
Marcus,
to television.
Mark, I want to bring you to the Food Network where
no, what?
Yes, Marcus.
Why?
Marcus, there's a new show on Food Network that I think will tickle your fancy. First of all, it's hosted by a black guy. His name is Eric Ajupong. He was on Top Chef. But he was on Top Chef. Needless to say, Marcus, they have taken cooking and gambling and poker and made it into a show where technically 3 contestants, the 3 chefs, come in with their own money and they got a bet to make it, and they play like Texas Hold'em with cars and stuff. It's actually kind of fun. I saw a black man lose all his money, showing that he didn't need to be gambling with them Asian people. Just didn't need to do
That's
it.
a pass for me. That's a pass for me.
Marcus, I know it's a pass for me because you make your chicken in your air fryer. You don't want to learn how to make the other food.
I don't care about the food, man. You don't learn anything from these competition shows anymore.
I do.
They don't teach anybody nothing. They get their little flamethrower, and then the judge say, "Oh, that's the best thing or the worst thing they ever tasted in life." And it's the same show over and over and over again on the Food Network.
Hey man, a little bit of basil go a long way.
Just give me a show on the behind the scenes where people talk about contracts.
So once again, you want
a
Gordon Ramsay
Food
show.
Network.
You want a Gordon Ramsay show?
Who would have?
I want the Food Network stars to
shouting
fight
at someone.
Yeah. You fucking cow and donkey, you bitch, fat fucking piece of shit. I love all that.
Marcus, stop watching the uncut version. Oh, I guess last question before we wrap it
No,
up.
I haven't watched that probably a year.
Mike Tyson's training for Jake Paul. He look. I don't know if these are old videos or new videos, but he looks spry. He got at least one or two rounds.
I don't care if he's 90 years old. I'm still not taking a punch from that man.
I agree. And El Luchador, you're correct. Everyone has a family member like the janitor. And I don't even know if he's getting worse than what he is right now, but man, he's a piece of work where he went fishing instead of changing the lights.
No, you need to see the episode where they win tickets to see the 76ers, and he's courtside, and then they do the game show halftime shit, and they're like, name in 60 seconds, name as many cleaning products as you can, and he's obviously a janitor, so so he wins like $2,000.
I look forward to that.
I thought that would have went the other way. For some reason, I thought he would not be able to name it as a janitor. Like, what did he do?
No, Marcus, there's an episode where he's subbing and he's teaching the kids about the Illuminati.
Because they need to know. You need to know.
Not when you're like 4.
Not when you're 4, man. Not when you're 4. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I had a great time recording it with these two chaps. I'm Eric.
I'm still the savior of the beaten and the damned.
And I am the conductor of the Black Parade here. And I just don't want people to take this too serious and just hope that you understand what we're really doing out here. We're beaten, we're broken, and we're marching. We're marching through the streets to get our rights and liberties because Black Lives Matter at this Black Parade.
And if you could be led by The Rock, as Marcus has been this episode, everything can be real. So please
hold on. Before we go, The Rock has just showed up. And since you guys sees me a dick sucking, I'm about to do this live on air and go, wah, 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 wah. You come back. I'm just going to do sound effects.
Anyway, please donate
to the show so Marcus doesn't have to suck dick.
I can pull a Cookie Monster on this shit right now.
Please.
Oh no!
No, stop! We've been canceled, everybody. We have technical this show. Please leave a comment. Please, I don't know you guys what to do.
Donate to the show. It's WrestleMania.
Okay, I spit it out, guys.
I think we end it right here. Marcus the head chief. Anyway, everybody, stay sharp. We out.
Now to the final boss.